Okay, in this journey, along with learning the computer science knowledge and skills, you're also going to be practicing a mindset throughout the journey. Now, what is that mindset? To answer that question, let's start with a story. There is this academy, a military academy in the US called West Point Academy. Super prestigious, really hard to get in. Tens of thousands of people try to get in every year. Some of the best make it. And then many of them drop out. 20% of them drop out. So 1 in every 5 of the best people who get in drop out. Now what I want you to think about is, hey, why are these people who are so good enough to get in, so good to get in, end up dropping out after? And I want you to make a prediction. Think about this question. What makes some people drop out? And then try to make a prediction. Oh, okay, of the 1,000 people who got in, maybe the lowest ranked folks could not cope up. Were they the ones who were dropping out because they couldn't handle it? Think about it. Maybe it was the high rankers for some reason. Maybe it was a mix. What do you think? Now it turns out that you cannot predict who's going to drop out because some of the low rankers were dropping out, yes, but some of the highest rankers were dropping out as well. So something else was making people drop out, not how good they are, right? What is that thing? Now, there's a new word here that we're going to introduce. It's called grit, G-R-I-T. And what is this grit thing? Right? We all think of intelligence as how quickly you can understand something, maybe how well you can remember things. But there's another kind of, I'm just going to call it another kind of intelligence for now, which is, let's say you wanted to get like 95 in an exam. You wrote the exam, you prepared for it, you wrote, and then you got 22. What do you do at that point? Or more importantly, what do you feel? Do you feel like, hey, I should just give up now? Or do you go like, cool, I'm going to play again. I'm going to do it again. That's grit. Now, this is the not so fun fact, right? It feels like, oh, really? Is it just about putting a lot of effort? Maybe some amount of talent counts. But what counts, what we realize is effort counts twice. So my problem in school was, I would always imagine that if I was good at something, when I started it, it would come easily to me. That means I'm good at it. If it came, if I started and my friends are all doing better than me, and if I would think, oh, then that must mean I'm not very good at it. And then luckily, volleyball changed my perception of this. I had to go play. I went for evening coaching. And then in school, in academic subjects, in school subjects, that's what I felt. But when I went to play volleyball, I realized that I was clearly not very good. And for some weird lucky reason, I just thought, hey, maybe if I put more effort, let me see how good I get. And I was like, I used to basically be sitting outside. I was a substitute and I didn't feel very good about it. And that's what made me want to do this. And all I did was I thought, okay, let me just go to practice 1 hour before everybody else. Let me just do whatever I need to do. I went and spoke to my coach. Hey, why am I sitting outside? And why can't I be inside? I want to play. And then he's like, hey, you know what, you should maybe you don't have a good spike, you don't have good defense. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go work on those things. And an entire summer camp, I just used to show up 1 hour before. And then slowly, even through the year, if everybody is taking a break, I used to keep hitting it. Whatever he told me, I used to keep doing it. I don't know why I did that, but I was learning a lesson about grit without realizing it. Because in about 7-8 months, suddenly I was in the team, and in about 8-9 months or 12 months or so, within that I was already the captain of the team. And after that, the people who met me were like, hey, you must be natural at volleyball. And I was laughing. No, clearly when I started, my coach was like, hey, I don't even know why this guy is here. And then once you put this grit, once you put the effort, after that it feels as if it's natural. Same thing happened again when I was preparing for JEE. You go and write the exam. I wrote my first test. I got 5 out of 60. And I was like, most other people who got 5 out of 60 just left. I also thought maybe I should also leave. 5 out of 60 is very bad. But then I thought, what do I do? Like, I have 11th and 12th 2 years. This kind of feels fun. I really like the subject. I was doing badly, but I like the subject. It's like, maybe I'll just try to get better than 5 next exam. And then very soon, in a few months, I was getting 40 out of 60. And in a few months, basically. It wouldn't happen immediately. But after a while, people were like, hey, you're so strong at physics. And I was like, I only know I got 5 out of 60 in the beginning. So what ends up happening is, once you're lucky enough to notice that if you don't give up soon, you end up just doing it again and again, maybe because it's fun, maybe because you just like the process of getting better, you just start doing it. And that's what grit really is. And if you think about it, right, young children, babies basically, are gritty. It's natural for us to be gritty. What's unnatural is only what we do right now, which is so I'll tell you what I mean here, okay? Let's imagine you go to a baby. And the baby is lying down. It's less than a year old or something. Maybe it's a year old. And you go hey baby, you are a year old. Aren't you going to walk? I mean, it's about time. The baby goes, yeah, no man. Hey, what happened? It's like, no, you know what, I got up a couple of times because I wanted to go get that toy, but I fell down and it kind of hurt, and all of my relatives were there, they were all laughing, it was so embarrassing, man. And like, say, so what, man? Like, yeah, and then I tried again, and you know what, I just don't think I'm built for walking, It's like, nah, that's not my thing. I think I'm just fine like lying around over here. And you're going to look at the baby and go, wait, that's weird. And babies don't do that, right? Babies just stand up and then they want something. They go there, they fall. They're like too natural to even think about, should I get up again? They just get up again and just go for it, right? Once again. Right? Imagine a baby always like sitting there and going like, maybe the neighbor child, has better pediasure and that's why they're able to walk. These babies just don't do that. So what I want you to do is use this journey as a excuse, as a means to practice this mindset called grit. So each time we're deliberately going to throw at you puzzles that might be challenging, projects that are more challenging than before, concepts that are deeper than before, and you've earned the right to be there. Each time you see those difficult concepts, you want to know, that's why I'm here. These difficult things are coming because I've earned it. And then when the things get difficult, there might be a sort of knee-jerk reaction to say, immediately call the coach, or to say, you know what, this is not for me. But instead of that, if you can say, hey, effort counts twice. I know that the more I try this and struggle, my brain's going to grow and I'm going to get better at it, and then keep doing it. Just practice that mindset. It can feel a little bit difficult at first, but as you notice that your effort gives you rewards, it starts getting baked into your brain that you don't even have to think about it later. So that's what I want you to practice. And let's see at the end of this journey, how much grittier are you than you are in the beginning, because grit itself can get better with grit.